There was confrontation between him and several students. There were 3 students that are now injured.
Stabbed in school, a confrontation leads to chaos.
It kind of reminded me of September 11th, sort of, because like everybody was so panicked.
Students, teachers, parents, all scrambling, all searching for answers. Good evening once again. I'm Rob Vaughn.
And I'm Wendy Davis. An attack inside an 8th grade English class at Antietam Middle-Senior High School leaves 3 students with stab wounds and a 13-year-old boy in police custody.
Police say the boy went after a 16-year-old girl and was brought down by other students and teachers and the principal. WFMZ's Karin Mallett is live outside Antietam Middle-Senior High School with tonight's top story. Karin.
Rob, let's start with the students. That is certainly where the concern is tonight. All 3 were released from the hospital this afternoon, and it seems that they are going to be okay. As for the 13-year-old boy, police say he arrived here angry for some reason this morning. They say he brought a couple of duffel bags with him, and police say inside them were several knives, a blowtorch, and a water bottle filled with a flammable liquid and a mask.
I've replayed this in my mind since 8 o'clock this morning, and there's nothing that triggers me to say, I saw this coming.
The school principal says he ran to room 301 and found the 13-year-old boy outside an English class with a propane canister in his hand. Just a few minutes earlier, police say the boy had gone into the classroom and without saying a word started pointing at several students. Police say the boy then grabbed a 16-year-old girl, threw her on the ground, and tried to stab her. It was just after 8 o'clock this morning. Other students tried to stop the attack. 3 were hurt.
He was mad at the school. He was mad at me. He was... I think it was just a general mad at a lot of people.
When the boy left the room, police say the principal and 2 other teachers were able to push him up against the wall. Officers then ran into the building and took him into custody. A sweep of the school revealed 2 bags the student is believed to have brought with him to school this morning. Police say he may have intended to hurt more people with what he brought to school with him. There was a note, police say, found inside his home. Detectives were there this afternoon and into this evening. Again, the 13-year-old boy is in police custody. District Attorney John Adams believes he will be charged as a juvenile. There will likely be a hearing this coming Friday, but no motive as of yet. For now, we're live in Lower Alsace Township. Karin Mallett, 69 News, Berks Edition.
Karen, thank you. The entire situation prompted school officials to move students into the nearby Mount Penn Primary Center. And that's where the students were debriefed and then allowed to go home. And while that was going on, police called in the hazmat team to deal with a suspicious liquid found in a bottle inside a duffel bag that the 13-year-old took to school with him. Hazmat officials took the container and found no risks to public health, they say. They say it was some kind of clear, flammable liquid. And as all this was going on, parents and students were left wondering what really happened in there and who had been hurt.
WFMZ's Joel D. Smith is live outside the school now with that part of the story. Joel.
Well, guys, let's remember this. All started around 8 o'clock this morning. So from that point until about 10 or 10:30 when the evacuation was complete, parents were just out here with us, left in the dark, wondering if their kids were okay. There is no alert system set up through the school to let parents know what's happening. So instead, unfortunately, many of them were left counting on word of mouth. When officials couldn't give parents what they wanted to know about what was happening inside, they got the facts another way.
If anything, you get more information out of the kids who are in the school with their cell phones, and unfortunately in this day and age, even though they're not supposed to have their cell phones in school, you need them to have that.
It's frightening because our children are the ones who called us. The school didn't call us. I don't know if they had anything over the news, but I had to wait for information from her.
People were crying, talking to their parents, because a couple of them were friends of the people that got hurt.
After students spent about an hour and a half inside, police entered with guns drawn, evacuated the building, and eventually sent kids away on buses to finally greet their waiting parents. Now, hours removed from what they experienced, some students are still split on how they feel the school handled it.
Actually pretty good. No deaths, just injuries. I'm glad they caught him before anybody else could get hurt, especially my sister.
I think that we need better security, and I don't feel safe with going back to school for the rest of this week. I really don't feel safe in that building for the rest of this week. I'll go back next week, but I'm not going back this week.
Well, guys, coming up tonight at 6 o'clock, we'll have much more reaction on today's events, including some students who say they know the alleged attacker. Until then, live in Lower Alces Township, I'm Joel D. Smith, 69 News, Berks Edition.
Joel, thank you. School will go on as planned tomorrow, and officials are inviting parents to come in with their children.
Also tomorrow, they say several resources, including the FBI and the Berks County District Attorney's Office, will be made available to students and their parents. And stay with 69 News as we continue to cover the school stab.
We ran to the other side of the classroom where nobody could see us, and we're sitting there. It seemed like forever.
Students and parents in shock. An 8th grade student takes a knife inside Antietam Middle-Senior High School and, officials say, stabs 3 fellow students. Then a suspicious substance is found in one of his bags, prompting a neighborhood evacuation. Tonight, authorities say he is in custody, and they're trying to find out why it happened and where to go from here. Good evening once again. I'm Rob Vaughn. New details are emerging tonight about the student who police say attacked 3 of his classmates at Antietam Middle-Senior High School in Lower Alces Township. The school scare is our top story on the Berks Edition. Investigators went inside the student's house on Carsonia Avenue this evening. No word on exactly what they were doing or what was found. Police say the attacker, a 13-year-old boy, left his mother a note. It reads, "Mom, I'm so sorry. I love you. Goodbye." The boy is in police custody, and the 3 students who were attacked are on the mend. All 3 have been treated and released from the hospital. Now, police say the student will likely be charged as a juvenile, but what is next for the school and for the community? WFMZ's Melissa Batulis is live outside the school now with the latest. Melissa?
Well, Rob, as you can imagine, it is going to take quite some time before today's incident is erased from the minds of people in this community. But classes will resume tomorrow. And while the goal here is normalcy, there will be a lot of extra people inside of that building and others who are not here at all.
I know nothing about him, mostly. Like, he's just a kid that everyone talks to.
He used to pick on me a lot.
For 2 of the 3 victims, Jasmine Clark and Joshua Holler, it's hard to understand why the 13-year-old attacker picked them and the chaos that followed.
I was like running back and forth, pushing stuff in front of him so he wouldn't get at people.
In the end, the 8th grade attacker was held by a teacher and principal until police arrested him. His victims were taken to the hospital with mostly surface wounds, but there are already scars on this district.
It's unfortunate that one individual can generate this type of reaction. However, it does give us the opportunity to take a look at our safety procedures for our students and make modifications.
Classes resume tomorrow. FBI response counselors will be on hand, and students and parents will be welcomed into the school when the doors open at the normal time.
The parents and students will come in. Students will have an opportunity to obtain their belongings and then also to receive some counseling.
Some concerns out there that we need to work through. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take some time, and we'll work together and get this thing resolved.
Some students say they'll return tomorrow more cautious than before.
It's still going to be hard because someone so close can die or can get hurt just like that.
Others, like Joshua Holler, say they'll need more time to heal.
I'm not coming back this week, though, the rest of this week, but I might be back next week.
Berks County's district attorney and other officials are also expected to be here tomorrow morning to answer questions for students and parents. Live in Lower Alces Township, I'm Melissa Batulis, 69 News, Berks Edition.
All right, thank you, Melissa. Amid all the chaos, the school and homes within a block of it were evacuated. Authorities found 2 duffel bags that they say the student brought with him to school today. They say those bags were filled with a blowtorch, several knives, a mask, and a substance that raised a red flag.
I could tell you that one of the bags that was located that was outside the building that was taken out by Dr. Snyder contained a gas can. Gas can contained some gas. We don't know exactly how much. It was not full.
All the residents were eventually allowed to return to their homes. The school board will have a special meeting tomorrow night because of today's incident. It'll be held at the Middle Senior High School cafeteria at 7 o'clock.